Hello.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
What's
Welcome
up?
to the real show.
What is up?
So
I feel
what is
like our camera adjusted. We should all scooch a little to
Wow.
the right.
Oh, we're fine. We're just,
Andrew's a shadow.
all right, I'm
He
fine. There we
literally
go.
looks like a
I
shadow.
had to,
Perfect.
I love it though.
I had
love
to
it.
look
Perfect.
twice and I thought that was Blake Suarez.
Yeah, it did look a little bit like Blake.
Oh, I
I
got
was
you.
like,
It's
what?
the hair.
Blake is not in the Almas.
Yeah, it's the hair. He's got that
So-
long, beautiful hair.
A lot since the last time we've talked to you guys, and it's been a while since we've talked to you guys on the show.
It has
yeah.
been.
A lot has happened. You're now with Wake Up Music.
Yes, we are.
You're with MK Music.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a lot of things going on. So fill us in what's been going on with the Almas.
Well,
Touring.
And you have the #1 song on the Dirty 30 right now.
I know.
Last
Thank you,
week.
guys.
Last week.
last week,
Last
I think
week,
we're at 8 or 9 this week.
Yep.
But still top 10. So we
We'll take it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for always spinning our stuff.
We
appreciate it.
love you guys. Yeah,
But-
when it comes to what we've been up to, like Frank said, just a lot of touring.
Lots and
lot
lots of
road
touring.
time.
We're only home for like 2 weeks. We leave out
on
next
the
week.
20th.
For the Josie Awards in Nashville, and then we start tour with Reign of Z.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming up.
And
And
then-
we're gonna be dropping a new single too. You didn't know.
And in that tour, October 28th, they will be at the Juke Joint. Now, Reign of Z will not be with them on that show,
No, unfortunately.
but the Almas will be at the Juke Joint on October 28th. So,
Yeah, I
That'd
believe
be
we're with Out of Darkness that night,
Yep.
right?
yep, Out of Darkness, and Nolan says there will be a local band on there as well too. So,
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, excited to see who's going to be on it with us.
we'll I don't have a clue. He's working on that one, so that'll be, be
Not
interesting
our
to see.
responsibility, baby. Yeah.
So new single dropping. So tell us how the Wake Up Music came about happening.
I think Nolan, our manager, he was just reaching out, trying to get us a small label to back our new releases and everything. And from what I heard, Pepper from Wake Up Music was already kind of checking out the band in last year or whatever. She's been looking at us for some time. So when Nolan finally reached out, it was like, oh, match made in heaven. Perfect.
There you go. Can't ask for it to be any easier than that sometimes, right?
Oh no,
Right.
And Pepper's great. She's a small independent label, and she does great work. She really believes in the artists and the art, and she's great. She's a great person to work with.
No, yeah, we have a great relationship with her and Wake Up, and of course she does a show for us on the Sound radio station, and writes an article in the magazine for us. So and she's sponsored quite a few things with us to help us in our endeavors as well. So what's it look like going into 2024 for you guys? I know you guys are going to wrap up the middle of November with this tour. And then whose birthday is it on the 18th?
My birthday.
Hey.
Yeah, we got October 18th. And then as soon as this is going to be the first time on tour that we celebrate Josh's birthday.
Yes.
He's always brought up, he was like, every year we end tour before my birthday. So we've never had a tour with it involving his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe it was just your birthday the other day, wasn't it?
Yep, at the beginning of September. So
The beginning of September?
Yeah.
Wow, I have been so out of the loop. Okay.
It's all good.
I swear I just saw it yesterday on my phone. Wow, okay. I'm just gonna show myself out.
Well, no, it's that
I will-
algorithm that Facebook has. Like, the first thing at the top of the feed is like from 5 days ago or whatever. I'm like, hey, look at this. Hey, congrats, dude. That was 5 days ago, you asshole. Oh,
Right.
never mind.
Late to the party again. I'm like, well, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. Diane's got us all covered. Happy birthday.
There you go.
Thank you.
So what does 2024 look like early for you guys?
Touring.
More tours.
More touring.
Tours, man.
This year we're looking in between 120 and 130, and we're looking to surpass that next year. So we're gonna right out of the gate start off on tour. I think either mid-January or we're gonna wait until the beginning. Well, I think no matter what, it's gonna be mid-January.
Well, there's a talk of
January.
a tour happening in January, but it's still in the works. Possibly, we don't know yet. But
So weather.
for sure, we will be going out in February with Scotty Austin, Rehab, and Cottonmouth Kings on the West Coast for select dates.
I love the Cottonmouth Kings, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I listened to them years ago.
Yep, cool. That's a throwback right there. And they are still from what I understand, they are still the same as far as how they carry themselves on tour. So that's going to be fun.
Well, yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, it ought to be fun. We haven't been to the West Coast since 4 years.
2019.
Since 2019. So to get back out there is going to be nice.
So you guys do, and you talk about touring, you're talking about 120, 130 dates. And I watch these bands and, a lot of these bands, touring is how, and selling merch and stuff like that is how they're making some of their money.
Sure.
And then I see these bands that are always struggling with vehicles breaking down and always, unfortunately, I saw a band this week that had to cancel 3 shows because of the van breaking down or whatever it was. How do you guys battle all of that? If you're out on the road and you're spending money and you're pushing your singles and a lot of the money that you're making is going right back into gas and right back into everything else. If something happens, how do you guys handle that kind of stuff?
Well, luckily for us, at least, I think we can all speak that it is this guy right here. We you'll see us every once in a while post on our Facebook a picture of him repairing the van or doing whatever. He's very handy, and we've luckily not had anything super serious, and knock on wood, we don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm doing it over here for you because I'm the one that brought up the conversation.
Right.
But really how we keep doing it is a good business model. We try to cut down costs. We don't get hotel rooms. We sleep in the van, all of us, and that's it. We make our own food, chicken and rice, cans of chicken, bags of rice, microwave. And it's a lot of preventative maintenance when we come back. We take some of the money we've saved. You know what? These parts are wearing out. Let's put some really good parts in. Let's spend a little extra money. Cut down on your cost for merch. We hand make a lot of our merch as well. So our turnaround expense and that's pretty low. Usually on days off, we don't go out and spend any money. We just kind of sit somewhere and don't burn any gas. We don't do anything. And that's kind of how we do it. A lot of money management for sure.
And it sounds like sacrifice, but in a positive way. It sounds like you enjoy it. So that's awesome too.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man.
And it's not very luxurious living in a van. However, Frank and I just in early 22, I think. So it all kind of blends together, but just about roughly a year, we had a little break in a tour where we were able to actually build bunk beds in the van.
Yeah. So we make it accommodating and everything.
Yeah. And like you say, if you love what you're doing, then the sacrifice is really not as much of a sacrifice because you're enjoying every minute of it,
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's the life we choose. And, and since we've toured so much, we've kind of figured out all the pitfalls and things to avoid. And, it's getting the machine's getting better. And, it's much easier to tour now. And, and things are getting bigger and better. And, and the way we plan out our releases, our days off are always spent working to save up some cash for the music video, the advertising costs. And luckily, once we started working with Pepper, she alleviated some pressures that we had so we can focus on other things like marketing and some things like that. So, once the wheel started turning, it's just a snowball effect from here. So,
yeah, she's in the comments too.
Yeah,
so on that note, speaking of music videos, we're going to play Cage from you guys.
Awesome.
So Tell us a little bit about Cage.
Well, Cage, in a very, I guess, personal writing style, is one of the 5 EP songs that are all focused on mental health awareness. Cage is is kind of more on the lines of an addiction awareness song, as it was written, but it was also written to be kind of broad, just so people can connect to it however they need to when listening to it. But that one, it was all recorded with Kyle O'Dell out of Nashville. And it was the first song that we recorded with him, co-wrote with him.
Cage was the last
Was
song.
it the last one?
Cage was the
last song. Okay.
But
it was
the
the
first
last
song
one.
to be released.
Yes.
And yeah.
All
right. Well, we are going to roll into it. And if you're watching, please leave in the comments what you think of it. Make sure you smash that share button, the like button. Let's get it out there. Here is the Almas. This one's Cage, and you're watching The Sound.
Such a banging
All
track.
right.
Such
Man,
a
that
banging
sucks.
I love it.
Yeah,
That was cool and a great song and great video too, man. That was really good.
Who did your
Thank
video?
you. It sucked to film.
Yeah, it was a tough
We were
one.
having a little PTSD moment watching that. We're like, ooh.
It was cold. It was cold,
Yeah.
man.
I want to say we're coming up. Andrew mentioned watching the video that we're coming up to about a year anniversary of recording that.
Yeah.
And man, yeah, we decided to go to Minnesota the first day that it snowed
Mhm.
to record that in a warehouse that had no heat. There was we had like a small little propane heater that we all kind of like huddled around to try and stay warm. But, the water tank that we used for the rain was sitting outside the warehouse, and it was warm water when we started at 10 a.m. But by the time we actually did the rain scene, it was close to like 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
At earliest.
And that water had dropped to almost freezing. So
yeah. So.
Yeah, it was something else, man.
That goes back to the sacrifice that we're talking
No,
about.
Right.
Yeah, there was talk initially to have us like CGI the rain in, and I'm like, oh hell no, man. we're in it, man. We got to do
all
it.
In.
We're doing it.
People think it's such a glamorous life, like, oh my gosh, look at that video. Wow, doesn't she look great? Look at her makeup. I love and they don't think about the fact that you're sleeping in bunk beds in your van. You're eating chicken and rice. You probably haven't showered in 3 days. And if you have, you've been to a truck stop or a fitness place, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then here you are, freezing cold rain, all the sacrifices that Jared was talking about going into making a product to then just grab your audience. And I think that you achieved that.
Well, thank you. That makes us feel good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad it turned out well because we were so bone chillingly frozen
and Austin. Yeah, Austin. How do you say his last name?
Schursberg.
He's a phenomenal videographer, and he's the one that took all the shots and all the angles, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm never going to look at it the same again.
Such a good talent. Just amazing.
Yeah,
so,
I think well done.
Real quick, while that was playing, I did glance over at because we actually, the voting is really close tonight on our grudge match. 57% for West Creek right now.
Hey.
Where the voting is standing at. So
our label homies.
Yeah, label mates. Woo!
There you go. So if you're wanting your friends to vote, share it out and get them to vote video number 1 or video number 2. No matter where you're watching it at. If you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, put it in the comments, video number 1 or video number 2, and we'll count those votes as well. So if somebody was looking to find the Almas, where are you guys most active at?
We're most active on Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, at a show, come see us live. That's the best way to come talk to us.
Our TikTok sucks. So
yeah,
I was going to ask, have y'all tried and attempted to get a TikTok really going, or?
I do, but we're not at a point where we can hire somebody to create content for us, and that's even just bringing someone on the road to take video. Getting people to send you video from a show is pulling teeth, and so we just don't get too much footage.
Yeah.
So I think the last thing I posted was from our recent tour when we were playing in Baltimore, Maryland at Zen West. There is a videographer there that was phenomenal, and so we posted a video that he made then. But since then, we have not posted a video.
Honestly,
you should
we're very
do
like.
you should do the days off when you're hanging out videos
No.
on
Yeah,
TikTok.
there you go.
Well,
You want to see us work out and then shower and go to sleep and drive like. No,
Some
I mean,
people
You're
like-
amazed at what people like to watch.
I know we're very in the moment kind of group, and dude, people are already on their phones too much, and so it's just like to then do this, it just takes away from the experience, I think, of being out on the road. And I don't know. I know people want to see it, but it's hard, man.
Yeah,
It's hard. I can't do it.
A lot of times we'll go out and see things, and my family will always tell me, "Oh, make sure you take photos." But like Frank was saying, we're such in the moment type of people that we're just living it. Like we spent some time in DC scootering around, and none of us had our phones out like taking pictures and stuff, just because we're this.
Try not to die because we're driving in the street.
Well, yeah, but like we were just admiring it ourselves. So we find that to be better, and a lot of times we just forget to take photos because we're just admiring it.
You have to find a balance for sure, but I guarantee you there's people out there would have loved to watch y'all on the scooters, your fans.
Right?
Yeah.
We just need to get one of those GoPro helmets.
I am gonna do a GoPro all day thing one day. I'm gonna wear a GoPro all day.
Just a chest piece.
Yeah, so that's gonna be something.
So just think about this. If you wear one all day and you break it up into 30-second or 1-minute videos, how much content could you get out of just doing that for one day?
Fair enough.
There you go. See?
Or a couple hours, really.
All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm doing it now. I'll be in the shower.
Just
don't worry about me.
How much
I mean, that one goes to OnlyFans, but I mean, it'll work.
Content, whatever.
Just don't bend over. Like just the wall of the shower.
Well, lady and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We look forward to having you guys down in our area on the 28th of October at the Juke Joint. So enjoy your next tour coming up, and we look forward to talking to you guys again probably in 2024 as new things happen for you.
Of course.
Awesome.
Thank you again for always supporting us and playing our songs, and we owe you guys a lot. So we look forward to seeing you too.
All right. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Take care.
All right.